Is a bullpen likely for him in Nate Pearson's career?
Hello and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Blue Jays. I'm your host, Nicholas Playlock.
And I'm your host, Adam Peddle, and today we're going to be updating you with Blue Jays spring training baseball. What's been going on? What are the injuries? Who's been doing well and who's been doing poor? But before we get into it, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button, you smash the like button, comment down below, ring that notification bell button. And also, guys, if you want to win a Blue Jays jersey before the regular season begins, make sure to hop onto Monkey Knife Fight. Use code TODAYJAYS for in your first deposit. Make a bet, and you guys will be entered to win a jersey of your choosing up until opening day.
Hell yeah, man. Still less than like 6 people doing it so far, so odds are still very, very
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Okie doke. Let's just break into this, shall we? There is so much stuff to talk about now that baseball is kind of back in our lives.
Yes. Is there anything that is sticking up in your mind? Because I've got something that's just recently been announced today, and I was like, all right, sweet. I was thinking this, and I want it to happen, and that is Wagas Pack going on the 40. He's off the 40-man roster now.
I never liked Wagas Pack.
I didn't like him.
There was never a moment in time where he was up on the team that I liked him.
Actually, I did like him in 2019 because there was nobody else on the team, and he was like fresh from our minor league system as like a younger guy with some potential.
You liked him as a question mark.
Yeah, I liked him as a question mark, but I think his question mark got answered after he's pitched 95 and 2/3 innings with a 5.08 ERA. I think my question has been pretty much answered.
What is a bad punctuational point? Like, is a period bad? Is a comma bad? We gotta look into that.
For your analogy.
Yeah. I gotta look into the whole punctuation.
A dot. What's that called?
Ellipses. Yeah. Either way, it's not good. Whatever Jacob Wagas Pack is. So I'm honestly, literally, I'm honestly kind of happy that meme is gone. Seems like we're really getting rid of the memes this season.
I think that's great. That shows that our team, we do not have space on them on the 40-man. Not even on the main roster, but not even on the 40-man.
I'd like to keep like 1 or 2 though.
Like who? Who would you want to keep?
I don't know. Maybe they'll emerge.
I mean, Rourke's going to be a starter.
Yeah, Rourke is going to be a starter, but it's like I kind of want to have like one meme.
Joe Panic?
Batter. I don't know if Joe Panic's a meme. Like, I feel like Joe Panic's just kind of like Derek Fisher was a fucking meme.
Yeah, Derek
Fisher was a meme. Joe Panic's more of just like I'm a bench bat, and I'm okay as a bench bat.
Joe Panic's been doing pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, he's actually been doing okay so far. So yeah,
4 for 12.
That's not bad. I mean, that's not bad. So that's definitely not memeable.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see a meme emerge as time goes on, but not with one of the core guys. The core guys, they need to stay elite, and a couple of them are doing pretty hot right now, like Gurriel, like Guerrero. Telez is doing super hot. Telez had meme potential, but right now there is no meme going on here.
I am absolutely loving Rowdy Telez. He's already hit 3 doubles already, and what's great as well is the 2 walks. He's walked twice as well, so he's not only having a really hot bat, but he's also being more patient at the plate, more selective at the plate, and he's putting up good at bats and he's getting good results. So it's not just like he's just always, what he was before, just I'm a masher, but now he's a great batter overall. So I'm excited, and like we've said before, like this guy, I really want to get the chance over in that DH spot over Grichuk, who Grichuk's been having a bad. He's 1 for 7. It is only 7 at bats. But 1 for 7.
See, I'd be okay with Grichuk if he wanted to become a meme this year.
Yeah, me too.
Also, too, I was just thinking I think this is maybe my ideal person to be a meme. But then again, like we are talking about maybe trading him at some point, and that's Danny Jansen. Just because Alejandro Kirk, man, I almost want Danny Jansen to become a meme so that Alejandro Kirk gets forced to do more stuff, because I feel like he's just a stud, and he is off to an excellent spring bring so far this year as well.
Like you want him to be like, you want Jansen to be a meme. Like, what do you mean? Like, you want him to do poorly?
I just want to have a player to laugh at, and I feel like Danny Jansen has potential.
Oh, I don't want to laugh at Danny Jansen.
Like, not like Derek Fisher. I like.
No.
See, I loved it when Derek
Danny
Fisher came.
I love Danny Jansen as a ball player and a person. You know, like
He
I
is a
love
great
his team
person,
morale. I love the way he connects and brings all the guys together. Like, we've heard lots of reports, especially from Jordan Groshans too, that the way he treats everybody in camp, he welcomes them, he says hi to everybody. Like, I have so much respect for Danny Jansen.
I have
you know what I mean?
so much respect, and I would still have respect if he became a meme. It would be different respect, but
yeah, it'd be
so
more of like an upsetting meme. Whereas Fisher comes and we traded Sanchez for Fisher, and Fisher just sucked from the beginning.
Right.
So it's like, all right.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, I guess he was just bad from the start.
Yeah,
So
trading one of our former top prospects, Aaron Sanchez, for this guy.
yeah, he was never elite. But the good positive thing here is that Alejandro Kirk is off to a hot start, and and I really hope that continues. He's in like 400 right now. So I mean, Danny Jansen doesn't even need to become a meme to lose the job at this point, because right now, as of today, Alejandro Kirk is winning that little battle right there.
Yes, he is. And this is something I also wanted to note too, because in his minor league numbers, he had more walks than strikeouts, which is unheard of in minor leagues. He's yet to strike out this spring training. Out of 13 at-bats, 14 plate appearances.
Wow, yeah. Well, I was actually looking at Alejandro Kirk's minor league numbers just because I wanted to, I was thinking about potentially making a hot take on this guy, but I was also just like doing it for research purposes. To see maybe what we could expect out of this guy. And in his 518 at-bats in the minor leagues, man, like this guy hit for 315, had a 918 OPS, like such a stud.
Very good.
And for the catcher, that's just literally awesome. Like, I hope that one day we can be looking at this guy and being like, holy crap, this is the best hitting catcher in the league.
Absolutely.
Sort of thing.
And you know what, for me, it's like he kind of came out of nowhere. Like, and what I mean by that is like, I didn't hear about this guy until literally last year. Like, I didn't hear this guy coming in the future. He wasn't a hyped up prospect. Like, people knew about him in the system of Blue Jays, and maybe some like really extreme fans who like dive into it. Like, I wasn't an extreme fan in like 2018. What I mean by extreme, by like, I knew like the whole farm system inside out.
Well,
you know
I think even a better way to look at him is like, right now he is putting up like numbers that I should have heard about him more. Sort of thing.
Exactly.
You know, it's like he's putting up like, oh my gosh, like this could be the best catcher in the league at some point, hitting wise.
Yeah.
And I definitely didn't hear anything like that.
Yeah.
Because I think he was high in our system, 6 or 7 or something. So still up there, but I never expected him to be at the level that he is performing. Granted, in the short sample size that it is.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, like he flew up through the prospect rankings because he just continued to hit and
Just
get
mashed.
better and mash and be a great hitter. So like now it's like, well, hello there, Alejandro Kirk.
Yeah,
like,
welcome
please
to the show.
take the job. Like, again, love Danny, but like if you're literally, he's 6 for 13, like just take it, be a great catcher, be a great hitter. You know, and I want to see him because we've only got to see one live game and one like cam feed, so I haven't really got to see Kirk like catch and like really look at that. Like, I'm gonna be looking for that this season, how he handles.
You know
the
what?
dish.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I want to amend my statement, and I want Alejandro Kirk to be the meme.
I think he's kind of a good meme.
Exactly.
You
I was
know?
just thinking, it's like this really short, kind of chubby guy who is just tearing up the league. Like, that's a bit of a meme in itself.
That's the meme, and I think also like that got him underestimated and when he coming through the league. You know,
yeah, dude.
'Cause I heard people who would come down in the minors and like would tell stories where they saw Kirk hitting and they're like, "Who's this guy, the bat boy?" And they're like, "No, that's one of our best prospects."
Yeah.
They're like,
I mean, and I don't know, like, isn't he like 5'6" or some shit?
He's
Like,
short.
he is definitely
He's
a
short.
short
I'm gonna
boy.
look that up. Let me look that up.
And he is a big boy for his height as well. So
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when he first came into the league last year, I thought the same thing. Not bat boy, but I was like, oh my god,
who is this guy?
Who the fuck is this?
Yeah, like, it was immediately. You just right off the body. It's just like immediately.
What is going on? Montoya.
Like, who's making these decisions? Oh my gosh, they gave it to me in meters. 1.73 in meters. In feet. Give me it in feet.
Yeah.
No, that's still meters.
Ask Siri, bro. Ask Siri.
Hey Siri, what's 1.73 meters in feet? Come on. 5.6.
5'6".
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Short boy, but a lot of potential. So hopefully he can be an elite good meme for us, dude.
Yeah.
What else is going on?
Well, yeah, I was just about to say, well, we knew about this for a little bit, but we haven't really said it in a video. I think I said it in a minute monologue, but I just wanted to say it here is that, because it's a good talking point, Nate Pearson, unlikely to be ready for opening day.
Not ideal.
What are your thoughts when you first heard about that?
Okay, well, here are... well, first off, my thoughts are not ideal. And yeah, second off, my second thought was, like, is there a mild problem here? Because a lot of our followers, you guys, were messaging us on Instagram and on Twitter and talking and being like, this is nothing new. There is some sort of injury history here. So I wanted to look into that. And I was looking at his kind of like transaction history, and it talks about when he goes and on and off the IL. And they're right. There is something definitely to be said there, that over the last 3 years, ever since they started tracking these transactions, he has been kind of flip-flopping back and forth between the IL and being healthy, never having that full, hardcore season. Yeah. So I'm a bit concerned, not for this season. I assume he will be back, within a couple weeks of this season. So I'm not worried about this season, but I am worried about a long-term implication. And I'm also worried that this is starting to develop into a problem where maybe he's just throwing too fucking hard. Maybe it's just one of those things where it's like your body's just not meant to throw that goddamn hard, dude.
And all that movement, because I do admit, like, when I see him pitch, there is a lot of movement, and he is a big guy, and just kind of like the Judge Stanton.
I was actually just going to make that comparison, that I am a little bit concerned that he could turn into a Judge Stanton for us, where when he's on the field, he's one of the best players on that field. Yeah. But, he rarely stays on the field for a long time because his mechanics, the way he trains, the way he pitches is just too much for his body to handle.
Yeah. And with that being said, then I got thinking, like, I thought the same thing, same thing, where he just can't stay healthy. This is going to hinder his development if he continues to get hurt. And that being said, there was some talks last year of maybe he makes a transition to the bullpen at the end of the season, because it is the end of the season. You don't want to bring him back in the starting role when you already have guys established. But if he continues to get hurt and he can never get himself settled in that starting rotation, is a bullpen likely for him in Nate Pearson's career?
I mean, I think it's a bit too early to speculate on that. I mean, the skill set is definitely there to throw how hard he throws, and to have, a 2-pitch kind of selection, which he does have right now.
He's got 2 really good pitches. His changeup is all right. It's not super developed. But
he needs to. It really comes down to developing more. So I think what needs to happen right now is him and his personal trainers need to sit down and say, okay, this is nothing new. What are we going to do differently right now to limit this from happening in the future, so this doesn't recur, so I have enough time on the field and I can develop myself into the starter that, I want to be, and this team is counting on me to inevitably become.
Yeah.
We have a lot of bullpen guys already. Yeah. We don't need another one.
We do need more starters, And
we do need more starters.
And some of the bullpen guys can be starters. Some of them have potential to be stretched out, like Hatch, K, Merriweather, some of those guys. Obviously, Stripling and Matz, those guys. Now with Pearson kind of going out, you got Stripling and Matz now looking like more of a lock to be that 4/5 guy, because right now we have Ryu, Ray, and Roark, the 3 Rs. And then we got Stripling and we got Matz.
I think those will be the 2 guys.
I do think to start the season, absolutely, those guys are, first of all, Stripling you could trust. Matz, you can also say you can trust because he's started lots of major league innings.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, those would be my 2 choices as well. Again, like, we have seen them struggle in the past, for sure. It has happened. But we've also seen them been, at least remotely serviceable. For Stripling's case, actually, a very good pitcher at some point. Yeah. So I would definitely want to give them a shot, see how they start their first couple games. And then when Pearson's healthy, kind of ramp him into it and hopefully, like, get him some major league reps.
Maybe get him more into, like, you start adding that 6 kind of rotation spot. Maybe you test him out a few times. Maybe you get an opening opener for him, like maybe like a Hatch or a K to open the games. There's lots of options down the line if he's not fully ready to go the full length. Like
I think it all depends
right?
on that health and
Exactly.
how he's looking in the bullpen sessions.
and how they want to lay him out and like how they want to get him back in the game.
Yeah.
Because once he comes back, he's only had one. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. He's played once, right? So far, yeah, he's played one time.
So far up to this video, I think so. Yes.
So they still need to get him, obviously, those warm-up reps and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I do think that it is Matt's and it is Stripling's job to lose at this point because Matt's has thrown 3 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, and a whip of 0.4.
Yeah, so
where
like nothing.
Nothing, barely anything, but still good. Stripling pitched today, being Wednesday, with 2 innings, 2 strikeouts, and no earned runs.
Yeah, so obviously, like 0 sample size to go off of, but also nothing to discredit them with either.
Exactly.
Exactly. Like it's easy to point out, oh, this guy gave up 3 home runs. We probably shouldn't let him go right off the top.
Yeah.
But there's nothing against them at this point.
Yeah, there's some guys that you can like where spring training does not matter. Like Bo Bichette, for example, I think he's hitting like 222, but he's got a few walks. I don't care. Bo Bichette's going to be an everyday player. It doesn't matter. He could go 0 for he can go 0 for 30. He's still winning a major league job.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Whereas like
I'd start to be attached.
I'd be worried, but he's he's obviously not going anywhere. Yeah. Whereas like if Matz goes like, he pitches like 15 innings and he gets like 14 earned runs, and they're going to go, okay, let's try out Hatch. He's having a good spring or whatever.
No, I think that both of these guys are relatively on the chopping block.
Yeah.
So it's their jobs to lose right now.
I would say it's
and
theirs.
as of, so far, they are solidifying themselves a little bit more. So, I mean, that's good, and I'm excited to see what they can do. Again, with the Nate Pearson thing, I want to see him get healthy. I want to see him take as much time as possible.
Yeah.
And I don't want this to be a recurring thing. I don't want another season for him to be off and off.
Yeah.
Off and on, the injured reserve, because that's just not helpful for development.
Agreed. Because as much as I want him to play, it's not like he's proven like to be a reliable guy because only pitched like 5 games last year. So it's not like we're losing a certified thing. We're losing that potential. But, we do have guys that can replace, theoretically what he did last year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more interested in him just developing as a whole.
Exactly.
So then, next year, the year after, I can come into it and be like, oh, Nate Pearson, stud, lock him in.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Whereas right now, we're not at that point, and injury's definitely been a part of it. But anyways, moving on, one thing I wanted to talk about, and you kind of brought it up with Bo Bichette, is he's taken a couple walks. Yeah. And I've noticed that, we've had a couple guys so far out of our starters, they're hitting pretty well, and a couple other guys not hitting super well. But one thing, and I looked at pretty much all of our starters, they all have elite on-base percentages.
Yeah,
They're taking some pitches right now, which I love to see.
Yeah, there's no one that, I think I wrote down, I counted everyone's walk. I think everybody has a walk from what I'm looking at. Actually, Joe Panic doesn't have a walk, but whatever.
Not a starter.
Don't really care. Yeah, exactly. Not a starter, but everybody's working walks, even some of the minor league guys. And that is really good to see. Obviously, there's been a plan put in place, working the counts more. You saw it a little bit with Tio. You saw a little bit with Rowdy last year. You saw a little bit with Bo Bichette working walks last year. Obviously, Kevin Biggio has that. But you saw people, it started to spread. And as well, another guy, Vlad Guerrero has 3 walks, which is amazing to see. That guy needs to start working more. So I'm loving it.
Well,
it's feeling good.
Yeah, it feels great, man. All of their on-base percentages are where they need to be. And like you said, I'm not concerned if Bo Bichette's hitting 200.
Yeah.
Right? Because what we were talking about coming into this season was I want to see him up that on-base percentage.
Yeah.
And then people are going to pitch to you more. And again, no one's pitching to him right now.
Yeah.
Why, fucking worry about it?
Yeah.
Take your walk and be happy about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you count his walks, he's got on base 5 times out of 12 plate appearances. So Excellent.
Not bad, right?
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them, I was looking at their numbers, and a lot of these guys have on base percentages of 400 or so.
Yeah.
Again, very, very shortened sample size.
And pitchers are still trying to find the zone.
Absolutely.
And everything, you know.
But it's promising to see that that at least they're not out there trying to force it.
Yeah, and they're not getting themselves out. They're not chasing pitches, making things happen.
Yeah.
No, I love that. And I'm really excited because that is, in the end of the day, I think this season, you know, I always go through waves of what I like to look at, you know, like in terms of stats. This season, I really want to look at the on-base percentage that you brought up.
Sure.
That is something that I want to see our team like be top 5 in the league.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we got a great chance to do
I think
that.
so too, dude. I think that if we all take that next developmental step, like that seems to be the next step for most of these
Maturity.
guys. Exactly. You know, like and once again, we say it every single time. You know, the best hitters in the league, the most feared bats, always are leading the league in walks. And the reason is that when they pitch you garbage, they're not going to swing at garbage. Because if they swung at garbage, they'd be not elite players anymore.
Exactly.
So it works hand in hand. And I really hope that our guys can figure it out this year.
Yeah.
I think we got a good shot.
Absolutely.
Anything else?
I guess, and one other thing is, because this kind of freaked people out a little bit, but George Springer had an abdominal tightness.
Right. Yes.
He should be okay. He really hasn't played too much so far. So I've also noticed they're kind of holding back and being more careful with people like George Springer.
Of course.
And Ryu has not made a start yet. He pitched some simulated games today.
I thought he did make a start, didn't he?
No, I don't think he has. Please fact check.
I do
Fact
think
check
that
me.
he made one start.
Yeah, please fact check me.
Yeah,
because
I will. I'll try.
Yeah, because like I felt like I haven't seen him.
Although I know that he is. They are definitely holding him back, and you were saying that they had a bullpen session with him.
Yeah, they had like a live. He faced some of the starting bats of our team, and he pitched like 50 pitches. I didn't really read into it too much, to be honest. I was at work, and it was kind of like a, and I'm like, oh, Ryu pitched the thing. All right, back to work.
We're struggling with the word, bro. Felt good in taking first spring steps. Describe. He mowed through a 1-2-3 first inning. Yeah, no, he did. He did have his first start. He had his first.
Oh,
start.
really? When was that?
It was against Baltimore. A little couple days ago.
Oh. Okay.
So. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
wow.
I mean,
How did I miss that? I felt like how did I miss that?
Yeah, 20. Yeah, he's only pitched 2 innings. He gave up he gave up 1 run. It looks like.
Wow.
Solo homer.
How did I miss that?
I think we talked about it actually.
Yeah, there he is. Oh my God. Yeah, 2 innings, 2 strikeouts. Yeah. Wow. It's been crazy, guys.
Yeah, it's been a tough week. It's been a tough week. Busy week for sure. One other thing that I did want to bring up was, and we talked about this last week, Semien batting up top. Feels like that's not going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
We may need to adjust to the new reality of this situation.
And I mean, as long as Semien's performing well, I'm not going to complain. Like, obviously, I'd rather have Bijou up there, but Semien, so far this spring training, again, 2 walks, 4 for 14 and a double. He's doing well, you know, so you can't really, you know, complain. I mean, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, I can't be mad if he's doing good. You know, it feels, the one thing I don't like is, well, and I've said it before, it's like I feel like I want to see the core up there, and to have, you know, the first and second batter of our team be guys that weren't on our team last year feels like, you know, I don't know. It feels strange. It feels like maybe that's not the pathway that I want this team to go. But again, if he's going to kick ass and be, you know, return to his almost MVP form, then, you know, shut me up, right? Shut me up.
And if anything, that could help the core develop even further, because the core felt like this has been my job, you know, batting in that prime spot. I got to work even harder. I'm going to learn things from Marcus Semien, especially Bo Bichette, because Marcus Semien's a terrific shortstop. Like, he's terrific defender. So Bo developing further, he's been learning things from Marcus Semien. His arm strength's been improving in camp, so that itself is going to help. And and just being a veteran guy who's been around the league, being in the infield. What's great is like we have George Springer in the outfield being that veteran guy coming in, and then Marcus Semien being that veteran infielder. So
and then we got Rourke and Ray in the pitching to help out the stats.
Well, Ryu,
No, we do have Ryu there. He's kind of the old guy to look up to.
Stripling, all those years in LA. That he's been around Kershaw. Like that's only good things, man.
Yeah, no, for sure, dude. But so far I'm pretty happy with it. 5 for 4. So
5 for 4.
A little bit over 500 there.
Yeah.
But guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below about our team so far, who you're liking, who you're not liking so much, some of Montoya's decisions, pretty much anything that you have on your mind about the Blue Jays. Oh, and before we go.
Yes. So Nick got me, it's my birthday this past week. Actually, it was on Tuesday. And Nick got me this metal poster of our first thumbnail. So if you go all the way back in YouTube, guys, go to our first video, you'll see this thumbnail right here. So we're going to start a little collection where we just kind of make like milestone little posters. So it's really cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot. I think it turned out well. So hopefully that'll be up in the set in the coming in the coming days or weeks, guys.
Yes. And guys, make sure to also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and you can check us out and listen to us on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Radio Public, Breaker. Also check us out on our TikTok. And if you want to come on our Wine Done Wine, become a Patreon for $3 a month. We're actually going to have Cody's I believe
coming on what will be
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So he's gonna call in. We're gonna chat. We're gonna get a little silly, do the whole thing. It should be a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, you can check out and buy our merch as well. That's in the description. We had to fix that up.
Cody
so it's all
again
good.
buying the
Cody
merch.
bought our merch.
Looking like a fucking GQ model, bro.
Yeah.
Like hide your girlfriends, boys. This guy is out here with the merch.
We said you'd look cool, and damn, he looks freaking cool.
He looks like a symbol of sexual activity wearing that thing.
I think he's over 18, right?
What? Oh shit. I hope so. I certainly hope so.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
And go Jays, go.